Hey all, I wanted to post a little update on this MSR2000 amp, and it was, oh, now I can't, there we go. Down in here, the little pins, if you don't know how these pins work, there's a little piece of metal that goes with the wire attached as my finger, and then it bends back, and it kind of gives it a bit of a spring action. And I guess over time or something, it had gone to waste or bad or something. It lost its springiness, and it wasn't making a good contact. And so here I was struggling, trying to find this problem, trying to figure out if that's a bad chip. I thought about taking out this whole board. And eventually what I tried doing was I shorted pins 4 and 7, which is this red wire and this yellow wire. There's a MOSFET right there that what it does is it takes your control voltage after it gets set by a couple of these op amps and transistors and stuff. One of these transistors drives this, well, I shouldn't say MOSFET, but PNP transistor, and it pretty much enables this yellow line, which turns on the B+ for the first and second amplifying stages of the backplane, of the actual PA deck. You can just short these two wires out, and don't worry about the rest of these cables, and you can take this whole board out and nothing would matter. I'm not using these signals anyway. I'm using a little relay based by the controller. The temperature sensor stuff I'm not using anyway, so none of that really matters to me. And if I go in here, grab a microphone, we can look at Mr. Bird. And we're going into an oil dummy load. K5 DUT test. And you can see there where this meter movement's a little bit weak. We're on that bottom scale, right at the 70 mark with the 100 watt slug. And yeah, I'm actually using a piece of 75 ohm going back down to the cans there, but if I flip this in the reverse direction, we can actually look at our SWR. Let me knock it down to get the needle to sit. I'm keyed up. Can't even tell any SWR, so that's a nice good indication there. I like to see if maybe, you know, this is with the controls all the way turned up. I like to get it back down to about 60 watts or so. It's a 100 watt intermittent duty PA. And but the weird thing about this is maybe I'm just not driving it with enough power to drive it with that full power. I'm using a max track that's been wound back to about 300 mils or so of drive power, 300 milliwatts that is. And I should be able to theoretically maybe drive it just a little bit more and get that full 100 watts, but you know, that's something I don't really want to do. So if I can drive it, the problem is when you drive these at the low power, they get really, really hot. And so I'm thinking about backing that thing, bringing it up a little bit, and actually doing the power control via the power control board. Anyway, 73s guys, thanks for all the help on the repeater builder forum and different places like that, a couple different email groups. 73s, K5 DUT.